Once upon a time, there was a beautiful young girl named Isabella. She lived in a small village with her parents, and she was known throughout the village for her kindness and her stunning beauty. Isabella was so beautiful that she had many suitors, but she never found the right one for her. One day, Isabella's father, who was a merchant, had to go on a long journey to sell his goods in a faraway land. Before he left, Isabella asked him to bring back a beautiful rose for her. Her father promised to bring one back for her, but he warned her that the journey would be dangerous and he might not be able to keep his promise. Months went by, and Isabella's father did not return. One day, a mysterious stranger came to the village and offered to help Isabella find her father. Isabella was hesitant at first, but she eventually agreed to go with the stranger. The stranger led Isabella deep into the forest, where they came across a magnificent castle. The stranger explained that Isabella's father was being held captive in the castle by a beast. Isabella was terrified, but she knew she had to save her father. As she entered the castle, Isabella saw the beast for the first time. He was massive, with fur the color of midnight and eyes that glowed like embers. But as she looked into his eyes, she saw a sadness and a longing that touched her heart. The beast was under a curse, the stranger explained. He had been cursed by a wicked witch, and the only way to break the curse was for someone to fall in love with him for who he was, not what he looked like. Isabella felt sorry for the beast, and she promised to stay with him in the castle until her father was found. The beast was surprised by her kindness, and he slowly started to open up to her. They spent many days together, talking and laughing, and Isabella saw that the beast was not as scary as he seemed. As time went on, Isabella started to feel a strange warmth in her heart whenever she was with the beast. She realized that she was falling in love with him, but she was too scared to admit it to him or even to herself. One day, the beast took Isabella to a beautiful garden, where he showed her a magical rose. It was the same rose that Isabella had asked her father to bring back for her. The beast explained that the rose was enchanted, and if someone picked it, the curse would be broken. Isabella realized that this was her chance to break the curse and save the beast. She picked the rose and held it in her hand, and as she did, she felt a warmth spread throughout her body. The beast transformed before her eyes, and he was no longer a beast but a handsome prince. The prince explained that he had been cursed by a wicked witch who had tried to force him to marry her. When he refused, she had turned him into a beast, and the curse could only be broken by true love. Isabella was overjoyed, and she realized that she loved the prince for who he was, not what he looked like. They embraced each other, and they shared a tender kiss. The castle was filled with light, and they knew that they had broken the curse. Isabella's father was found and reunited with his daughter, and they all lived happily ever after in the prince's castle. Isabella and the prince were married, and they ruled over the land with kindness and compassion. And every year, on the anniversary of their first meeting, they visited the magical rose garden and remembered the love that had.